Stream it up. Here we go. July 21st, 2019. Coming at you live stream. Hopefully we're connected. We're charged. We're good. We're connected. All right. Let's do it. So, July 21st. I got to put this out. Spoiler warning. Obviously, it says it in the title. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I got the mic going good. I think we're good. So, The Walking Dead Season 10 and Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. News, discussion, spoilers, spoiler warning, obviously, for all that. So I'll just wait for everyone to join a little bit more before we get rolling, get talking about it. Thank you guys for joining me today, July 21st, 2019. I'm excited. You're excited. Hopefully you got to check out The Walking Dead Season 10 trailer. That was on Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I have to say, it was amazing. It's still amazing. I'll watch it again. And it's just one of those things that it builds the hype for it. So I'm excited for your thoughts, what you thought of the trailer. I'm excited to talk about a bunch of things, whatever you guys want to talk about on there too. So thank you guys for joining me. King, Mark, Morty, Xmas Girl, Boyd, 07 Guevara, Brandon, Toxic Tumbo, R4S34, and the rest that are joining thoroughly on there too. Sarah, Sean, the Common Sense. Pretty interesting too. So I'm excited to talk about the Walking Dead Season 10 trailer, the news about Season 10, the little spin-off movie trailer on there too, my book series, Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 as a whole, definitely Season 5, Episode 8. I had a chance to watch the episode yesterday early, and I have to say, Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 8, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. It's definitely the best episode this season, in my opinion. Between Season 5, Episode 1, and Episode 8, that's really all you had to watch this season, because the rest of it is filler, minutia, kind of setting up for the back half of Season 5, and it's okay. I see what they were doing. They probably had enough material for like a couple episodes, but then they stretched it out for 8 episodes. We got a couple new characters. We got, Morgan and Grace. I don't know if that's going to be a romance. We got John and June going strong. We got Dwight, who was introduced, which was good. Then we got the kids who, I don't really care too much about them too much. Luciana, not the biggest fan of her. Alicia, she's in her own world over there. We got Logan. We got Sarah, Wendell, Daniel Salazar came back, which was great. I'm excited to see what the future of that character is. And I want to know if it's going to be worth watching. Are you watching Fear the Walking Dead Season 5? Are you liking it, loving it, hating it, tolerating it? I mean, there's so many different things. And it's got picked up for a 6th season. So it got greenlit for a 6th season. I don't know if that's going to be the final season or what, but I don't know if they're going to be connecting with the Rick Grimes movies and the show and The Walking Dead ever, but we'll see what happens, what Gimple's going to say, what to think for it. So I don't know what you got. So let me get some of the questions here. Sorry, guys. So if you want to do a super chat, that's always welcome. Hopefully you picked up a t-shirt. That was done yesterday. I extended it a couple of days because some people wanted to pick up a shirt, and if it wasn't extended, then they weren't able to get one. So we did that. They'll be coming to you in probably the first week of August because they got to make them and then ship them out to it. So be coming to you directly there. So let me answer some of your questions. Efren Guzman, Hey One Eyebrow, what are your thoughts on Michonne and Ezekiel? Do you think it adds some drama or adds so drama to the field? And what are your thoughts on what can be in the Rick Grimes film? So thank you, Efren. Great question. Michonne and Ezekiel. Initially, I'm like, what? No. And then I'm a comic reader, so I know they're together in the comics. So I'm like, okay. Also, Ezekiel is not with Carol. Michonne is not with anybody. She has not been with anybody for over 6 years, maybe 6.5 years. I don't know how much time has gone really by, but 6.5 years we might be getting in the second half, Season 10. So that's a long time. You got to move on. I mean, it's okay to have some companionship in a zombie apocalypse, especially if you think your Rick Grimes, your companion, your husband, your wife, your relationship is gone. So, but I don't know, because Ezekiel and Carol, I thought they were trying to work it out, but maybe Carol doesn't want anything to do with that, and she can't, whatever. So that's the bigger thing, is Carol and Ezekiel. Not so much Michonne, but it's kind of throwing a wrench in there too. So it does add some drama for sure, a little soap opera feel too. And as for the Rick Grimes film, I'm excited for it. I want to know what's going on. Where's it going to be? Is it Philadelphia? Is it Pittsburgh? Is it Massachusetts? Is it some city there? But to me, it looks like Philadelphia. I'm going to go with this Philadelphia. We just don't know anything just yet. But will they answer it? Will they not? We don't know. That's kind of Gimple being Gimple, in my opinion. Give us a little bit, but hide more than they actually give us. So I'm excited to see what happens there. What you got for me here? I think I saw some questions, but it's been jumping around since I answered that. But thank you guys for taking the time. This Sunday, July 21st, it is the last episode of Fear the Walking Dead's first half. And then we're going to get the back half in August 11th is that too. So Mark Simmons, Q&A Bri, how many episodes do you think were shown in the trailer? That's a great question. I don't know what's going to happen with the filming, if it's in order, out of order, if there's little segments, little snippets, little parts too. But we saw the Jekyll Island part from Oceanside. We saw Hilltop, most likely. We saw Oceanside. We saw Alexandria. We saw the woods. We saw the border in the field. And so we saw a bunch of things and a bunch of different things. Some day, some night, some there, some this. So if it's in order, it's usually the first 6 episodes they have got up to filming. If it's not in order, who knows? I mean, who knows what we're going to get to. So we got a time jump. We got to see, Rosita's baby, and we got to see the snow gone, and we got to see some things and some older, things that have happened, like Aaron has changed out his hand. I think the knife is a little better than the mace ball, spiky ball kind of thing. I think that's better in my opinion, but we'll see what happens there too. So I see a Morales question here. Yurev Hinda, what do you think would happen if Morales never died in season 8? People would be bringing up, where's Morales? Where's Morales? It's Morales. It would be Morales every day, night and day for Morales, and I'm glad that came, gone, and went, and it's nothing to do with anything there too. So would you like to see Rick in the films with the epic beard or clean cut? Probably shaved, probably clean shaven. I think we're going to get young Rick, young kind of look Rick of it if they do that, or they might have him old man beard. He could be old man, big beard, or he could be clean cut, clean shaven because they had to do it for some reason. He's in the hospital bed for it, and it takes us back to the pilot episode of The Walking Dead. But I'm okay with either of those two. So we got here from a bunch of things. James, hey, Bri, I really liked your theory. Oh, man, it just jumped on me. I like your theory on how Laura might die in season 10. Do you think she's safe or gone this season? I think she's gone. My theory is that she's gone. I think Laura will be taken out. I'm not sure what's the point of her. Kind of to just be taken out in the war. Laura is connected with Dwight in the comics, but that's gone because Dwight's in Fear, and that doesn't make sense. But ultimately, I think she's one of the casualties of the war and at the border wall when they look at each other, too. So, Joey the Gator, when do they start filming season 6? I think they usually start filming in January, I want to say. Maybe December, January, because they just got done last month. I want to say June. They just got done filming. So 6 months, is usually how they film. Maybe a little later, maybe 7 months, but it's usually December or January they start filming again. So they just finished season 5. So that's when they usually start filming for Fear, but we'll see what they want to do. And I saw the Fear trailer. I'll talk about that towards the end, but it gives away a little too much. Like if some people are really pissed that they saw the Fear the Walking Dead trailer and they're like, what are you doing, man? They gave it away. I thought this person might be in danger. I thought Alicia might be in danger. I thought this may happen. I thought they were, what? Logan? Here? Who are those people? Who's that guy? Who's this? And it's a trailer that is kind of dumb because they didn't even finish the first half of season 5. And you show a trailer for the back half that didn't even finish the first half. But if they started everything a week earlier on television, this wouldn't have been a problem because the last week's episode would have been the mid-season finale. And then you would have seen the trailer for the back half. But I don't know. But Boyd, do you think Alicia makes it? The only footage we saw of her during the trailer was from Alethea's tapes. I hope it isn't flashback footage. And she's dead. Technically, I remember her. No. I think Alicia makes it. Yes, I think Alicia makes it. One, because Alicia, what's coming to my mind is that she's learning the bow staff skills, the kata, the forms with Morgan. And that's not just on the tapes. I'm guessing that she is okay. You'll find out tonight that some stuff happens, and if you haven't seen the episode already. So I think she'll be okay. The Dirty Kenzo. I noticed Strand has Alicia's weapon in the second half trailer, so Q&A, they killed her. I don't think so. I think Alicia makes it to the very end of the season, and I think Alicia is a big thing. We didn't lose anybody so far. Like, it's just crazy to think that we have gained people more than we have lost people in this episode, in this series so far. Like, Daniel's been there. Daniel's basically back. We gained the kids. We gained Grace. We gained Logan. We gained Isabel. We gained a bunch of things. Like we gained a bunch of things. So it's like we gained a bunch of characters. We didn't really lose anybody big. So we'll see what happens in the back half of season 5. And I'm hoping that the second half of Fear the Walking Dead is much better than the first half. And I'm not hating on the first half. Some people would think I am, and some people think this. But when you think like episode 501 was very good, 508 was very good. You'll see it tonight. It is very good. And that the episodes in between have been decent to okay to average to weak. So we basically got 2 pretty good episodes with some good parts in there too. And the back half of season 5, you'll see the trailer. They go to a mall. They go to different places. It's going to have a different feel of things for sure. So I'm excited to see it because this show, Fear the Walking Dead, and even The Walking Dead, have done it where the first half has been drastically different than the second half, or 2 different storylines. The first half has been boring and slow and story-driven, and the second's like action and this and craziness. Or the first half is an action, craziness, this and that with a little bit of story, and the back half is story there too. So I don't know what it could be. 07 Cuervo. What does IMO means, in my opinion? That's usually what that stands for there too. So what do we got for questions? Bongu TV Q&A. Do you think Sadiq will die anytime soon? Some people are talking about that. So remember what today is, the summer. And you know what this summer is, right? The summer of speculation. Everyone has a theory and rumors, and this is going to happen, and The Walking Dead's going to be canceled, and the Fear the Walking Dead's going to be canceled, they're not going to do this, and the Rick Grimes movies are going to be here, and they're going to be this, and it's going to be that. No. Sadiq is a doctor. He's the last doctor we got left. If they get rid of him, they're dumb because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to take care of anybody on this show that's worth significance, in my opinion. But Sadiq is going to be freaking out, I think. And some people think that Sadiq is freaking out because he's got guilt. He's getting, beaten down because of what he did with the group, and he couldn't believe that he betrayed the group with Alpha and the Whispers. No, he's got PTSD from seeing people on pikes and seeing what happened and the ugliness that these Whisperers are. PTSD is a real thing, not just for the show. It is a real thing that people deal with on a real life situation from big things. And it doesn't have to be that you were just in the military to have that, even though that's the most common thing of it. But PTSD is a real thing. We're going to see that on the show. Paranoia, PTSD, big things, guilt for sure. But Sadiq is probably going to stay alive. If they kill him off, I don't get it, because it's going to be tough to not have a doctor, right? And Enid, I couldn't believe they killed Enid off. But the fact is that you can only have one doctor on this show. Anytime there's 2 doctors or more than one on here, they got to go out of here, right? So it's like crazy. But I don't think Sadiq gets killed off. He could, but I think my money's on Ezekiel, Laura, Gage, maybe Father Gabriel, maybe Sadiq. Some people are thinking Sadiq could be the guy that goes in the clock tower. Clock tower was his Back to the Future. The water tower. And that's what people it is. So some people think he's the guy. My theory is still that it's Gage. I think Gage is going to be the guy like, I can do it, I can step up. And then he freaks out and then he's gone too. So I don't know what happens with that. But we have to see. But either way, the trailer was amazing. Let's talk about Fear the Walking Dead trailer for a second. So if you haven't seen the episode tonight, I hope you didn't watch the trailer because it gives away some things, which to me is backwards by AMC and everything too. So it's kind of crazy. But Fear the Walking Dead's trailer has this music that's like a sitcom, like do-do-do-do, yeah, we're in a zombie apocalypse, boo-doo-boo-boo, we're at the mall, yeah. We're like, what are you doing? What is going on with this show? Like, my wife and I are watching this trailer, and I'm like, what are they doing with this show? It's like, it makes no sense. It's like, what the heck are you doing? It's just like this music. The music choice was just pretty bad. was pretty dumb. And I'm like, what the heck was that? So if you haven't seen it, you'll watch it and you'll see. I'm not trying to hate on it. They did give some good information. We saw some new cast members. We saw one of the guys that was on House. If you've never seen that show, it's good. It's a good medical drama show for sure. RPROS34 Q&A. Do you think Michonne is passing Lucille to Negan as a passing the torch before she leaves the show? I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. That's a great point. So let's talk about that, because the trailer is great, from the music to this and Alpha and that and the good and the bad and the tactics, and they're working on things and the humor and the comedy. It's just got everything you could think of, right? It's just great. To me, it's, one of the best, if not the best trailer The Walking Dead has ever had. But at the end, you see Michonne in like this leather vest with a headband on. And I'm surprised it wasn't red, personally, because of the red scarf. It would have been like, she's like Negan. She is Negan, basically, right? But I don't know if it's a dream, if Negan is having a bad dream, like whatever, or there's a second lineup or whatever, because in the comics, Negan is fighting with the group, and he's an outcast, and he's probably going to be that. It's going to be the same thing. He's kind of part of the group and not part of the group on there too. So when Negan is fighting Beta, he has tossed Lucille, and he catches it, and it's like an awesome panel in the comics. You're like, yes, and then boom, and he hits him with it, and then and he's like, oh my, what the, like, it's pretty awesome, right? So if that doesn't happen on the show, they're going to miss the opportunity big time. And I personally think that if that happens with Michonne as an actual real thing, it looks like a lineup. It looks like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by a toe. I picked Abraham. Boom, you're gone, right? But is it Alpha? Is it Beta? Is it this? Is it that, right? I don't know. But is Negan going to be reunited with Lucille is the big question. Personally, I would want to see that, especially if it's done like in the comics. There's going to be remixes for sure. It's going to be a different thing. A lot of people want, like this person, John Rudd, Michonne will die. If Michonne dies, that's the stupidest writing ever, in my opinion, too. Because Michonne is a character that is loved. I love the character. I love Denai Guerrero. I love all these guys. They're amazing. But Michonne, if she doesn't connect with Rick, that is going to be ridiculous. If that isn't written into the movies, because Denai Guerrero is done with the show. Denai Guerrero is done with the show. She's not coming back to the TV show. You can watch the panels, put in, the Walking Dead Comic-Con panel or the Walking Dead panel. You can see it. Someone's got it. Denai Guerrero confirms that she's done with the show after this season. But that does not mean that she's done with the Walking Dead and that universe. She can be in the movies. And if she's not in the movies, then I think that's a big missed opportunity for sure. Sarah QTR, do you think we'll see Isabel again? I hope so, but the Walking Dead writers, Fear the Walking Dead writers, I'm not sure what they want to do with it, but I would think so. If they don't connect CRM with Fear the Walking Dead and the Walking Dead and the movies, somehow, some way, some shape or form, what did we watch that for? Why did we meet Isabel in the first place? Why did we meet, Isabel and Althea and the recordings and all that stuff too? I just don't get it if it doesn't come back around too. Boyd, do you think Sherry could be part of Logan's group, or she could be at the mall that they find? Yes and yes. But I don't know if we're going to... I still think that we didn't see Sherry. We didn't meet her. Sherry's not a whisperer. Sherry's in Texas somewhere. I think we meet Sherry at the very end of the season, and she goes to meet with... We meet her with Dwight and everything at the very end. And then there's some twist or some turn or whatever. That would be how I would write it if you're going to drag it out and stretch it out. But I don't know. I don't think the mall is going to be where we find Sherry. I don't know in the trailer. Like, if you have watched the trailer, it kind of jumps around a little bit. And it's just, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And I do not trust Logan. I don't trust Logan at all. Logan's a guy that is out for himself. He's out for the best thing of Logan. And Logan is going to be a person that's probably one and done. And they need a great villain on the show. And I hope Logan does some great things there too. So, Danny Dewars. What do you expect from the Rick Grimes movies? I expect that it connects with Rick and Jadis and the helicopter people. And if it's... I still think it's Philadelphia. But you have to say if it's Philadelphia because we don't know. If it goes to Philadelphia, I want to see the community that's there. Why can't you leave? What is going on here? Do they get a message out? Does Jadis or somebody get a message out? and what's going to happen with Rick. Is Heath going to be there? Is Jadis going to be there? Is Jadis going to be a big part of Rick's story? Does Jadis get Rick to escape? Does that connect with the Commonwealth? Is Pamela Milton there? Those are just questions I have, but my expectations are that it's going to be something that Gimple and Kirkman have just for that. But I would assume it's connected with the Commonwealth. Gimple being Gimple is saying that it's not the Commonwealth. CRM is not the Commonwealth, but we'll see. He's said a lot of things before, and it's happened, and it hasn't happened. Same thing with Robert Kirkman. But I initially thought it was going to be on television. I don't know if Gimple actually said it or if that was what we thought or the rumors were or the speculation was that it's going to be on AMC's television show, the television network. I kind of believe that Gimple initially said that it was going to be on AMC. And then I guess they worked on a deal for Universal to pick it up. And now it's going to be in the movie theater, which is kind of cool. I don't mind it being in the movie theater. It's kind of cool to get on the big screen and to see it. No interruptions, no commercials, this and that. Maybe an hour and a half. Probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hour long movie would be pretty sweet, pretty cool, pretty awesome. And then it'll be on AMC Premiere. And then it'll be on AMC, probably television. So I don't know what to really make of it on there too. So Luz Angel Ariaga, thank you for the super chat. I didn't see a question or something on there, but if you post a question on there too, thank you for the super chat. Always welcome for that. Xmas Girl 304 Q&A. Can we talk about gamma? Like gamma radiation? No, I'm just kidding. I know gamma. But gamma, let's talk about gamma. That's a good question. Gamma is a character that we're going to meet in season 10, who might have been part of season 9. We don't know. Maybe they rounded her up on the way back after the migration from down south in season 9, but we're going to meet her in season 10. Gamma is played by Thora Birch. Thora Birch is the little girl from Hocus Pocus and a couple other movies. I just know her from that mainly. And she is an actress that I'm glad is joining the show. And Kevin Carroll, I'm not sure how you say his last name, but he's going to be on the show as well. But is Gamma Winnie? Xmas Girl has it. Gamma equals Winnie. I hope so. That's been my theory. Not that Gamma is Winnie and Winnie is Gamma, but that Winnie is part of the Whispers, right? I hope so. That would be pretty awesome. I also thought it would have been great if the Whisperers used Eric's face, Eric from Alexandria's face, as a Whisperer mask. And I don't see Janet in here, but I know that we've talked about it on Facebook and stuff. But I would love for that to happen too. But again, I'm not a writer. I don't write for the show. I write my own book series and, stuff from that. But I would do things a little differently here. Overall, I think they do a great job, if not a really good job. They do some things, some hits, some misses, some home runs, some strikeouts. But, they're batting about 500. They're doing well. More good than bad too. So, Kang Era Daryl Q&A. You think they hooked up Michonne and Ezekiel because she will die? I will not buy her just leaving the group. So, well, I don't think Michonne dies. If she gets killed off, that's pretty dumb, in my opinion. I think Ezekiel dies, actually. I just think Michonne and Ezekiel are looking for comfort. They're going through the same thing. They've lost people on the show, and they're partner in crime, and they have companionship, and why not, right? So I know he says, I will not buy her just leaving the group. Okay. But if they do it in a way, you got to accept it either way. Just like some people don't accept that Carl got killed off and Glenn and Abraham got killed off and, stuff happened. You have to accept it and move on, or you can just complain about the show and, just be that person that complains. But that's no way to live life, in my opinion. But ultimately, I think that you can either appreciate the show, and let's take a second and appreciate The Walking Dead for what it is. It's coming up on its 10th season. That is pretty amazing to have a zombie apocalypse show to last this long. And yes, they spun a spinoff that isn't the best in my opinion. And we're going to have a spin-off that could be really terrible. It could be like the kids of the zombie apocalypse. I don't really know if that's going to be good. Maybe the movies are good. Hopefully they're not. But Rick's in there. And I think Andrew Lincoln can be in a show, be in a movie. Hopefully all 3 movies are great. Hopefully, I really hope all 3 movies are great, right? We don't have one good movie that sets it up. Hopefully this isn't like The Force Awakens was good. Last Jedi, pretty terrible in my opinion. Hopefully the 3rd movie is good. Star Wars that comes out in December. But if we get the original Star Wars trilogy, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi, that could be pretty amazing. They're all 3 great movies, if not got better and better over time. Hopefully we have that for sure. So I think that could be pretty awesome too. So Joey the Gator, is it true that John and June gets married tonight? That's what I heard. You got to watch tonight's episode. It's definitely talked about in that episode. So let's just say that'll be answered in the episode. So we got here. James, will dog die? That would be so sad to see on the show. Even more sad than when Shiva died. We already have so many deaths in season 10, and why kill a dog off? Well, you're saying it like dog already died, and you're already heartbroken. But I don't think so. I think Daryl and dog will be there for a while. I don't think you can bring a dog on the show and just kill them off the next season. That's pretty terrible, in my opinion. But I think dog lives. The Shiva death, I love Shiva. I thought she was great. I thought they did a great job with the CGI and it looked pretty awesome. But Shiva's death was pretty weak. If you want to see some things that's good CGI and some good deaths of CGI characters, there's other shows out there that do it really well. And I don't want to give anything away, but go check out Game of Thrones and you'll tell me what a good CGI death and CGI situation is. It's pretty awesome. They do a really good job with it, and you feel for that stuff. Shiva's death was pretty lackluster, in my opinion, but we'll see what happens there, too. Catwoman. What did Daryl mean when you said he didn't want his best friend to take off on a boat? They talk about that. It's the dialogue between Daryl and Carol when they're sitting talking to each other, that Carol just wonders what else is out there, going west. And then Daryl says, "Why do I want my best friend on a boat?" And then, we're best friends now? What are you, 10 years old? What are we going to make friendship bracelets? It's just kind of a funny banter back and forth, like kind of what friends would be, right? Well, clearly they're best friends. I don't know if that means Carol wants something more with Daryl. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. That could be the way they end the series, because the series is going to have a different ending than the comic, that's for sure. The comic and the show are going to have different endings, whether it's the comic ending with this character and that the show ends with a similar concept with a different character. So we'll see what happens. But ultimately, I think the show is going to have a different ending for it. And it might be an open ending because it could set up for the return at some point down the road too. So Kang Aradero Q&A. What are the spoilers news? Which episode they film now? Well, again, I don't know what episode they're filming now because I don't know if they're filming in order or not. Because if they are, then they're probably around episode 7 if they're in order. But we don't know. They're going to be back filming Monday, most likely. They're probably coming back from San Diego today or even yesterday. And there's a lot of great pictures. And you can see the panels on there too. So I'm not sure exactly what it is because there's been conflicting reports on there too. So the latest spoiler news I had is that Alpha filmed what looked like possibly a flashback episode or part of an episode in the week right before Comic-Con too. So what do you think about 10 weeks of reveals for season 10? That's pretty cool. I like that, Joey the Gator. I like that idea. It might be tough to get 10 weeks of reveals, but I don't know. So it's pretty interesting. That's a good idea. I could come up with some things. I still like my Walker Wednesday every Thursday. I like my top 10 Tuesdays. I like all that stuff too. So, yeah. Morty the Mighty Bread. Q&A, which faction do you think is stronger, the CRM or the Commonwealth? Well, I don't know. That's a great question. Is CRM the Commonwealth? I didn't see Commonwealth have a helicopter, but they did have soldiers, stormtrooper soldiers basically, and I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if they're the same thing or not, too. So, Xmas Girl, what was your question? Or you had a good question about the radio, I saw. I'll come back if I find it. Big Sexy, great name. Q&A, the trailer didn't show Maggie. Is she not coming back? Well, she just didn't film anything right now. So again, if they filmed the first 6 episodes, she's probably not in the first 6 episodes, but they may jump around on there too. So I don't think that Big Sexy Maggie will be back. I hope she's back. She may be back in the second half of season 10. So I think that's pretty cool too. So I don't know if they're working out a contract for it or not, because I hope so. I hope she comes back. I really hope Maggie is back, because she's a character that I do like on the show, and I think she can do something big for the war that needs to happen there too. So where are we? Xmas Square. There you go. Who do you think is on the radio with Eugene? So awesome. Great question. Who's on the radio with Eugene? It depends. I personally think it's Hilltop, and Hilltop's under attack. I think there's a fire around Hilltop, and they have to call for help at Alexandria. So I think that's who it is. Initially, you think, oh, it's Stephanie, it's the Commonwealth, blah, 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 because of the comics, right? And you're like, it's happening. And it could be. Could be Jadis, could be Maggie, could be, Jerry on the other end of it. But I personally think it's Hilltop requesting help for something there too. So, Joey the Gator Q&A, are you going to watch The Walking Dead 3rd spinoff special on July 29th? I don't even know what that is, but I guess so. I'll watch everything on there too. So I've kind of been out of it with home repairs and all this stuff a little bit, and trying to make videos and do this and do that. And, Tuesday my air conditioner, blower broke, so then we had to get it fixed, and it was just a big mess. So it's a big mess, and I'm trying to do stuff around the house and try to get videos for you guys too. So, but I'll definitely check out everything there too. And I know somebody said that Chris Hardwick, Eddie Pizzle on there too. What you got for me? Man, it's jumping around a little bit here. I know that I'll have to check into a little bit more, but I'll be having more videos and more content, and I'll be checking out everything that I can for sure. Jack O'Lantern, great name. Do you think Marco will die? I think so. I think Marco, Laura, we're going to have casualties on the war for sure. I think Gamma is taken out. I think, Alpha should be taken out. I wonder if Beta gets away, or if he's taken out too and maybe comes back. But I could see Beta getting away just like they did in the comics too. So, Jeffrey Morrow, Q&A, why are our survivors constantly making the same mistakes? Why the long hair when walkers are always grabbing on you? Why haven't they built some kind of armor to protect them from bites? Great question. Because The Walking Dead is a comic book. It says graphic novel, but it's a comic book. And so they have to have a certain look for their comic characters. Like Superman always has a cape and poses like this on there too, right? He always has this constant look about him. But in reality, World War Z, you would have things to protect yourself from bites. You would change your outfit, change your armor. You would have harder things. You would wear leather. You would wear stuff that you can't get bit, but it's also hot and filming on there too. So it's just because it's a comic book, most likely. That's probably why they're doing things that aren't there for it, that just don't make sense. I know if you're watching this for like reality, like, no, what are you doing? No, change it on there too. So there it is, Eddie Pizzle. Chris Hardwick is doing the 10 weeks of reveals. Oh, okay, good. Awesome, man. I'm hoping Chris Hardwick has some cool stuff for the specials and everything coming up. And, we're going to get Talking Dead. We're getting Talking Dead tonight. So you'll get your points for watching the episode and the word, the keyword, the whatever word. And then the Talking Dead. I'll be back tonight too, for sure. So, Old Newey, what's your thoughts on Michonne's kiss? I'm okay. It's a shocker. It's definitely like, whoa, what? So, for sure. 07 Guevara. Oh, man, where's that question? It just jumps. Every time I scroll, it's like there, trying to catch it, come back to it. I saw the Xmas scroll through. How's the roof? The roof is good. After my repairs, it's doing good. The house is coming together. It's like, it's been a rough summer, that's for sure. June and July have been rough and tough. I'm ready for August and September and October. I'm ready for October, that's for sure. But, we're making it. We're making it for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check out the panel. I got to watch it. Just haven't had time for sure there too. So Dirty Kenzo's out. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Fabian King, Q&A. Will Carol replace Negan killing Alpha? We don't know. I think that's a possibility. You know what Carol says in the trailer. It's pretty awesome. It's a pretty cool line there too. So James, I'll have my predictions probably, I don't know, when we get a little more information about season 10. Probably around, because right now it's July 21st. And The Walking Dead comes back October 6th, which is great. That's a week earlier than I thought. I thought it was going to be October 13th. So we are less than 3 months away. We still got to get through August and September. And then 5 days of October and also the rest of July, of course. But so we're less than 3 months away. And we're getting there. But I'm excited to see how it goes down. And I'm excited for October 6th for it to be the return date. So we're going to get Fear the Walking Dead comes back August 11th. So next weekend, I'm going to talk about some Walking Dead stuff and Fear the Walking Dead stuff, but also my book series. I'm going to talk about, live stream a little bit with Fight for Us. And I'll share this because I have my proof. This is this is Ghosts. This is Fight for Us Ghosts, and it's my proof. It's not for sale because I got to proofread it, and it's pretty cool. I got a little different thing on the back too. I got the what it's about, the description, but also I got a little picture. And I'm trying to put more pictures on the back of it too. But Ghosts will be book 10 coming out in, I say October, but I'm on schedule for early September. If not a little earlier than that, because I got 4 more chapters to read, review, edit, change, take my time with it, and then we should be pretty good. So I should be done probably early next month, and then if I'm ready to go, we'll post it up, and we're good. We're good with that too. So, Mark, what book are you on? You can't jump to book 10, proofread it. Come on, you got to read the other books first because the major stuff is happening in the previous books, and you'll be lost. You'll be like, what? What happened here? Who is that? Xmas Girl 304 Q&A. Do you think the group is going to get hints of Rick being alive? I hope so. That's what I kind of hope is the radio connection. I hope that Jadis sneaks on the radio somehow and she's like, hello, is anybody out there? Can anybody hear me? And they're like, who is this? And they're like, this is Ann, Jadis, or she has a new name or something, whatever she's calling herself. And it's Father Gabriel. He's like, what? Where are you at? He's like, I can't tell you right now, but I get to this. I can't tell you this right now, but Bert. And then we get little snippets of it. I don't know if that's going to be how they do it, but I'm thinking that the radio connects, Rick with Michonne and stuff there too. But again, what if they don't? What if Michonne never meets Rick? That'd be terrible. That would be terrible too. So, Gary Page, Q&A. Aren't you bored with the group keep being punished? I want them to wipe people out. Yeah, you would think so, right? But I think that that's a good point. The show is like they would do some certain things, but even though I feel like The Walking Dead does a far better job than Fear the Walking Dead, because Fear the Walking Dead, like, something happens and then something happens and then something still happens and it's dramatic and they have to do this. Like, I got to hit the light switch. The walkers. Oh my god. It's like everything is so dramatic and over the top, and it's just like, what are you doing? Come on, right? So it's just one of those things that it's just too much and dramatic and drama and more drama and can't catch a break, and then something happens and setting this up on there too. It's like, could you have a little bit go their way? Could there too? But everything goes their way between seasons that we don't see, I guess, right? We saw stuff be okay for a year and a half, and then we see it right at the year and a half time jump, and it was like, yeah, everything's gonna get crazy. So. But my predictions, Jack Lantern, I'll probably make my predictions video 2 months out. So probably August 6th or around there. So we'll be around the 2 month mark out, or 1 month mark, because we'll get a little bit closer to it. And I think that's for it as well, too. So I think we'll get some big things happen this season, and I'm excited. But Fabian King, great question. Are the Whisperers the last true villains in The Walking Dead? I don't know. I think so. because they're true villains. You know, like if you read the Commonwealth storyline, some are good, some are bad, some are okay. It's kind of like you like some of them, you like them, you know, it's like crazy. So, but I think so. I think the true villains are the Whispers for sure too. So, Mark's closing on fast. What book are you on, Mark? Hopefully you're enjoying the series on there too. And if you checked that out on there. Kang, are you excited for season 10 like you were for season 9? I know I'm not. What? You're not? I'm excited for season 10. I've been super excited for season 10 for a long time. Season 9 was good. I'm definitely more excited for season 10 going in now. Season 9 had my interest. It definitely did not disappoint, and it was great. But I don't know, building off of season 9 going into season 10, it's got me excited. I haven't been this excited for a long time. And if they replicate certain things, like if they replicate if and when the Whispers and the Walkers attack Alexandria, like episode 609, No Way Out, that's a home run, man. I said it in my previous video. But yeah, if they can do that, certain things there with the music and the this and the that, and they're working together and they're ducking under and, you know, just like big things, man, woo, heck yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm excited for it. And I have high expectations. And I think that could be pretty cool too. So, boy, do you think Alpha's death will be in a mid-season finale and not dragged out all season? I don't know. I don't know if it can happen like shocking or it's going to be dragged out to the end or mid part of season 10. Because notorious season, things notorious that happen on The Walking Dead are episode 1 sets it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kind of some stuff happens. 7 sets up 8. 8's a really big episode. Sets up 9. 9's a really big episode. Some stuff happens. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Maybe 15, something big happens. Usually someone dies around 13 or 14. And then episode 16 wraps it all up. That's kind of how they do the seasons. And is it because it's 16 episodes and they're kind of dragging it out, stretching it out? Maybe. But I don't know what they're going to do with Alpha. I really don't. I don't know if they're going to take her out pretty quick or if it's going to be there too. So I'm excited to see how it goes down either way. And I'm super excited for it, how it goes down too. So Fabian about the Whispers. That's a great question there too. So John Rod, when are we going to have the Fight for Us live stream? I'm going to talk about my Fight for Us book series as well as The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead next week. I'm going to talk about Fight for Us next Sunday and the Sunday after that for sure. So I have to put the spoiler warning out there too. So I don't want people to like say anything really big about some big stuff that happens in, you know, books 8, books 9, you know, I don't want people to like ruin that for a lot of people. So like Mark's he's on book 7 going on 8. So hopefully you're checking out on Kindle, Mark. That's like the best way to do it for sure. I think Kindle is a great way of going about it. It's cheaper. You can get it. It's digital stuff on there too. So Jane's patiently waiting for book 10. So hopefully you saw my point earlier. I said about it that we're going to have it earlier too. So initially I wanted it to come out in October, but I think we're looking like September, early September for it to get it done right for it too. But hopefully you saw it right here. It's right here is Ghosts. It'll be out. Sorry if you can really see. It'll be out in pretty soon. I'm trying to have it come out sooner, but I don't want it to be rushed for sure. Big Sexy, where in the heck did Daniel go? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know if we're ever going to find that out. I hope so. I hope we find out too, because I want to know what Daniel went, what did he do? And Daniel needs to stick around for Fear. I really enjoyed episode 508 that you'll see tonight if you haven't seen it already. I'm going to do my review, and then I'll post it later. Well, that's thunder. We've been having more thunderstorms and lightning and everything around here too, so I'll go for about another 20 minutes, and hopefully we don't lose there too. But it's been crazy thunderstorms around here too, so. Thank you, M. Ballard. Love your videos. Thank you for being there. So thank you guys for all being a part of the live stream today and every live stream on there too. And if you had a chance to pick up a shirt, I appreciate it too. That's one of my favorite things on there too. So there has Mark Fight for Us shirts. We did a campaign before. I have to check if I have any left. I'll have to see what sizes I have, and then you could just pay directly to PayPal or whatever, and I can ship it out to you. But thank you for picking up a shirt, Xmas Girl and Mark and everybody else involved. I would have liked to have sold a little bit more of them, but I can't be, unhappy with it because you didn't have to buy a shirt at all. I truly appreciate it. It's one of those things that you chose to do it. It really means a lot for me and to me that you chose to do it, just like you choose to be here and a subscriber to the channel. I feel like we're a community. We are a good family of The Walking Dead, family, friends, and family, and we're a community for it too. So if we can keep this going on for as long as possible, that would be pretty cool. I'm excited for the future of the zombie apocalypse, whether it be with The Walking Dead movies, the Fear the Walking Dead spinoff, or my zombie apocalypse Fight for Us. I think I got a good thing, a good story in Fight for Us. I think it's something that you can really be drawn into. If you like World War Z, Zombieland comedies of a zombie apocalypse, of course, The Walking Dead, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, 28 Days Later. If you like all those, or any of those, I would think that you would like my zombie apocalypse things too. So, for it there too. Christy, I don't know what that means. Okay, Dad, can I have $100? I don't know. Go ask your father for $100 because I'm definitely not your father. So have fun with that. Tamara, do you still have XX large shirts for Jan? Sorry, Jan, I don't have any double XLs of any of the shirts, and I don't have anything for the shirts that came out. I did buy extra ones, but they're going to on there too. So yeah, Christy, I'm more like a distant relative, not like your close relative, I guess, Christy. So it's all in good fun. I know you're joking around. So am I. But Joey the Gator, did you know they're having a Walking Dead Season 10 preview on August 11th? They said on the panel from Friday. I know they were doing something. I know Chris Hardwick is going to be, it's a show. They usually do that every year. They do have a preview thing, and they usually show us like nothing. They talk a little bit about it, and then they have a little clip that's probably like a minute or so long, and they have, some things where they're talking about it. But Angela Kang, I want to say, does a great job with giving us more information than Scott Gimple ever did. Because Scott Gimple's like, well, what can I say? I said too much. I don't want to say it. I don't know. And Kirkman's the same way. Angela Kang's like, yep, we got Dante coming, and he's going to be a different guy, and it's going to be great. My favorite storyline is Negan. We're getting a little time jump. Negan's going to be like an anti-hero at best. And it's like, man, I love Angela Kang. She's giving me some good information, but I don't want her to give too much, right? I want her to be the showrunner that gives us some good information, but not over the top where it's totally 100% there too. So Mark, I'll have to check. Message me on Facebook. I'll definitely check for the Fight for Us shirts. I know I have some of them. I know I have a PT channel, like a straight out of the PT channel shirts, and I have to check if I have Fight for Us shirts left because I bought those a while ago. But I'll see if if we got a medium for sure. So I'll definitely send that out to you. You can give it to me, pay through PayPal or whatever, but we'll work something out there too. Xmas Girl, did you hear about Kirkman talking about a Negan spinoff comic? Yeah, Xmas Girl, great question. You're always my go-to girl on YouTube and Instagram for good information. Even when I've seen the article, it's always nice when you send me the article from Entertainment Weekly or comicbook.com or whatever. And I saw the Kirkman talking about Negan on the comic, and he basically said, if I fail as a thing, I'll pick up the Walking Dead story with Negan. And to be honest, you don't have to fail to do that. I think it would sell really well with Negan. It wouldn't probably sell the best because not everybody's a Negan fan, but if you are a Negan fan, you're definitely a comic fan because Negan is pretty important in the comics. He's much better on the comics in my opinion, but I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and I hope that Negan is a big part of Season 10 in a good way, saving Aaron, saving Judith, saving Daryl. I would personally love to see Daryl and Negan fight. And they're talking about it in the trailer. You're like, yeah, we never been in the same room together. Yeah, and Negan's like, yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's in his jail cell. It's pretty funny. And Negan was like out and about, but in his jail cell. Then out and about in his jail cell. So I personally would like to see that happen. And who do you think would win? Negan or Daryl? That's a good question. That's a good question for a video. Might have to do something like that too. So, 07 Guevara, the spinoff will be premiered next year. Is that a question? Are you telling me that? It's supposed to be out in 2020. Yeah, because they're filming now until December. So I would assume, I don't know when. I don't know when it's going to be because we have The Walking Dead in October, November, and December. And then it usually takes a break off. Then it comes back in February, March, April. And then are we going to get the spinoff between Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead? Because the summer show is Fear the Walking Dead. Are we going to have 2 different spinoffs in the summer? I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. Gimple, you got to give us something, you know? Come on, give us something there, Gimple. So, yeah, it's getting serious. Negan talking about his pooping pants. Pretty hilarious, too. Joey the Gator, do you think Dwight will find Sherry? I hope so. I think he finds her at the end of season 5. Because if he doesn't, what have we been doing all this time? Where's the payoff, you know? You got to build it up, too. So, Xmas Girl, I don't think that's Negan Daryl is punching. The way they shoot things and the way they edit it, it's like when Carol is talking to Daryl and she says, there's got to be some, do you think like this is it? Or do you think there's anything else out there? And then you hear the words, but then you see Gamma or the Whisperer, who I think is Gamma, but it's Michonne looking at her. It makes you think like Carol is talking to the Whisperers, right? And then you see Daryl talking to Negan outside the jail cell. He's like, we've never been in the same room together. Yeah. And then the next scene is Daryl punching some guy by the hair and why Carol's behind him. So I think it's the person that's tagging up the streets and the doors says silence the Whisperers. I think they caught the person or they're accusing that person of doing that. And I think Carol catches the person and Daryl actually catches the person physically doing that. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to see like Daryl punching Negan like that, but a lot of people would be okay with it because of what Negan has done there too. But if we're supposed to feel like Negan is helping out there too, maybe we're supposed to see him get beat up. But I just don't see it. You can't really see the person, and it's done on purpose for that too. But I think it's somebody else. It's a misdirect. They love to do that in trailers where you're like, think it's this, but it's that, and it's that, and it's this there too. So, yeah, no, I don't have AirPods. I'm not an Apple person like that too, and I don't need AirPods. That's a waste of money. Yeah, I'm a person that's smart with my money. I don't need something that's wasteful. But Fabian King, if you have a chance to ask Kirkman one question, what would it be? Man, that's a great question. I don't know. I would have to see. It would be Walking Dead related. Because he did say somewhere, Robert Kirkman was asked, I think, at Comic-Con, where the response was like, if you don't like what was done on the show, blame Scott Gimple or something. Like he's to blame a little bit too, but it's Gimple on the show. So I would kind of go a show question, but I don't know. I think you would have to ask Kirkman, what is something that you would want to see? What was something that didn't happen on the show, but happened in your comics that you wanted to see happen that they didn't roll with on the show? Like, was it Jesus, the character of Jesus fighting? Was it Carl being killed off? Like, what did you want to see happen on the show? What did they do wrong on the show that you wanted to see happen, or something like that would be, my type of question. Hopefully I would rephrase it better if I was like, hey, Robert, no. Is there a possibility Sadiq could be in turn traitor? It looked like he was being interrogated, tortured by water. So let's talk about the water thing. Could be. I doubt it, but I think he's just putting his head in cold water, and some people think they saw Alpha behind him, and maybe Alpha was waterboarding him or whatever there too. But I just think he's trying to cool down. He's freaking out. He's trying to do that too, and he's got a lot going on. He was kind of seeing the whole thing with the Pikes and that too. He's got a child with Rosita. There's a lot of stuff going on. Plus he's the doctor, and he's got these stuff. So I personally don't think he's the traitor. People thought that Enid was the traitor, and Enid was the daughter of Negan, and there's a spy, and this is happening, and this is that, and that never happened. They're not doing this spy angle. This isn't James Bond or Mission Impossible where the person's playing both sides and is this and that too. I've never seen that, and I don't think so. I don't think Sadiq is there. Could be. I know some people are thinking that though too. So, Joey the Gator, I have no idea what Fear the Walking Dead season 6 will be about. We have to see how it ends, or season 5 ends for Fear, and then we can do that too. So, News Live wants to see Daryl versus Beta 2. Make it happen. I personally don't want to see that. I would want to see Beta find Daryl, and he's coming towards Daryl, but who steps in? Negan and Aaron, and they take out Beta. I personally think that would be a far better angle and far better writing on there too. But again, I'm not a writer. I can just write my own book series. So I'll say, if you like my writing, if you like what I say, check out the book series for sure too. So who do you think Michonne is pointing Lucille at? Raider Rick, 81. I don't know. My initial thought was Alpha. My initial thought was a Whisperer. Is it Negan? I don't know. But I think it would be pretty amazing if it was Alpha. I don't know. So, Google Me was disappointed when they announced Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 renewal. That means we ain't getting Morgan and Dwight back on The Walking Dead in a while. I don't think they're coming back, personally. If they do, it's towards the end of the series. But I think they're a Fear the Walking Dead show, people. And they're going to build that show. And they're going to try to keep it going, whether it works or not, too. So, yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. Alyssa, how could you let Gimple kill Carl? I don't know. That's a great question, too. So I think you would have to ask a question like that to Kirkman, too. Like, how could you do that happen? And did it come down to money and contracts because Carl was 18 years old at the end of the filming? You know, how could that be? You know, that's a great question. And it could be, it's a lot of things and a lot of factors, and it was story-driven, and it was this. So I just don't think killing Carl off was the right thing. But building Judith up is pretty awesome. You know, Kaylee Fleming, Judith Grimes, going strong. Love it. Do you think it's possible that Lydia could be the one to kill Alpha? For sure. I think Lydia could do it. I think Lydia comes up with a plan of how to get close to Alpha, and that she has some insider information about it and works with the group to take down Alpha and the Whisperers. She's working with the Bow staff. She's working with that, you know. So we had Eastman, we had Morgan, we had Benjamin, we had Henry, and now we have Lydia. Pretty cool. I'm down with that. Get some Bow staff skills for sure, too. So, where's the question about the books on there, too? Juan de Roca. How much are your books to buy? Thinking of giving them a read. Also, keep up the good work. One of my favorite Walking Dead channels to watch. Thank you, Juan de Roca. Well, they are 99 cents for the first book on Kindle, then $1.99 for a couple books, and then $2.99. And the latest versions are the latest books are $3.99 on Kindle. If it's paperback, they're $10.99 across the board from the first book to book now. Book 9 is Settlement. And they're $10.99 for paperback and various price points from 99 cents to $3.99 on Kindle. So if you want to check that out, definitely be awesome too. So do you think Carol and Alpha have a fight scene? Love your videos. Thank you, Quervin F. Do Carol and Alpha have a fight scene? I don't know. Like, again, I would write it and what I would want to see happen in my mind. But that doesn't mean it happens all the time for various reasons. But I would want to see that. I would want to see Carol and Alpha duking it out. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Alpha fire that double-barreled shotgun. Did it happen in the comics? I don't think so, right? And she just points it at, Daryl. It's Rick in the comics, but Daryl on the show. Do you got ammo for that thing? Like, the Whisperer has the AK-47, but do you have bullets for that? That would be hard to come by. And is Eugene going to make bullets for season 10? I hope so, right? But I did love the thing with Eugene and Rosita, and I got the quote wrong. It's not I could do this all day. It's I could do this all night or whatever. So it's kind of, for me, it just reminds me of the Captain America quote. But he's like, yeah, I could do this all night. Gah, yeah, ha, ho, ha. You know, taking out the walkers and whispers. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, it's probably just walkers, but strongest Avenger. Who is the strongest Avenger? Hopefully you've been checking out the other news about Comic-Con with Top Gun, Maverick. Pretty cool. Also, all the Marvel stuff. We're getting shows on Disney+. We're getting a Thor movie. We're getting a Doctor Strange movie. We're getting a Shang-Chi movie. We're getting a Thing movie. We're getting a Blade series. We're getting stuff, man. It's going to be awesome. It's a lot going on. So I'm excited for it. Almost too much. I would rather see as Guardians of the Galaxy versus Thor, like Love and Something or whatever. I'm like, come on, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a female Jane Foster Thor thing. I don't want to see that personally, but I want to see Black Panther 2. I want to see that too. So, Kang Aradero, are you going to watch the Game of Thrones prequel? Probably. I kind of have to give it a go, give it a show, give it a watch, give it a no. I'm going to watch The Boys on Amazon. It's like a superhero movie there too. No, News Live. It's not Wesley Snipes. It's who is it? I forget his name, but he's in it. He's been in a bunch of things. He's won some awards on there too. So it's pretty cool stuff on there too. So yeah, man, Game of Thrones, good stuff coming up, prequel style. Walking Dead. So we got Fear the Walking Dead tonight, season 5, episode 8. We got the Fear the Walking Dead, and then Nosferatu, I believe, and then Talking Dead. Get those points. I believe it's Jenna Elfman, the guy who plays Wendell, and one of the showrunners on as the guests, and Chris Hardwick is back for Fear the Walking Dead, for Fear the Talking Dead. And then we have, 2 weeks off from Fear the Walking Dead. But I'll be doing live streams the next 2 weeks talking about The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, but also my book series, Fight for Us. Check it out. Check out the book series, Fight for Us. It's available now on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Kindle paperback versions, $10.99, paperback versions, 99 cents to $3.99 for that. And thank you guys. I appreciate it. And I'm excited to see. Hopefully you guys have checked out the other videos. We talked about the things you may have missed. Some things I may have missed too. So if you checked it out and post your comments there, I'll be having more and more videos about The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. I got my review. I got to do my review. I got to actually make my review of episode 508. It's a good episode. I definitely liked it. It's one of the best episodes this season, if not the best. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for picking up a shirt. If you haven't, I have some old shirts that I'll check out the Fight for Us t-shirt mark for you. And thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, and enjoy tonight's episode, Talking Dead. And I'll see you next Sunday. See you guys.